Hey everybody, today we're going to share with you my favorite Ninja Defuse spots here on the map Favela in Modern Warfare 3. I'm going to show you the spots in first person so you can see what it's like to get into them, and then we'll switch over to a third person camera angle so you can see what you look like as you're laying in these spots. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we're going to start over by the A-bomb, and our first spot here is going to be a classic one from the original Favela, and essentially all you want to do is come right over here in this corner. You guys can see this is one of the few areas that's covered with shaded bushes. And you want to get up as far against this wall as you can, and we're just going to lay down here. Now this one's really tricky. You got to be careful because depending on where you lay down, you can tell the game really wants to kick you out of the corner. So if you try to move around too much, it's going to just end up kicking you back out into the open. So once you get back here, try not to make any movements and then just lay down. It may kick you once. You can try to scoot back over just a little bit, and then you can sit still. You guys can see with our angle here, we can actually see the bomb over here. And from the third person view, you can pretty much see we're hidden in the bushes. It's pretty difficult to see thanks to obviously the tall grass as well as the shaded cover. But this is going to be our first spot for the A-bomb. So our second spot for the A-bomb here is a little bit more difficult to get into. This one may take you a couple times until you finally nail it. But you can see right over here to the right side of the bomb, we're going to have two small bushes. One of them is a little bit more green and in the open. The other one's darker and covered in shade. This one right here is where we want to hide. And what's useful about this, and we'll show you in third person, half your body's going to glitch into this mound behind you. So that'll help you cover your feet so that they're not sticking up. But if you come over here to this bush, if you're too far to the right, it's going to kick you out when you lay down. Same on the left side. If you're too far to the left, it's going to try to push you out and you're not going to be able to back in. So what you really want to try to do is stand on the back left side of this bush facing towards that bomb and the couch. And if you lay down and don't move, you'll be in pretty much a perfect spot to see the bomb here. And you're completely covered by this bush. And like I said, in the third person, you can kind of tell that your legs are kind of going into the ground so that they don't stick out in the back. A really, really good spot to get a good diffuse here because most people aren't going to check right there. If anything, they're going to check the right and then they're just going to start checking the back. And you're pretty much chilling there. As long as nobody comes this far left and runs over you, you should be good to go for this Ninja Defuse spot. My third and final spot for the A-bomb is probably my favorite because it is very unlikely you're going to get spotted once you make it inside of this spot, but it can be a little difficult to get to as it's towards the enemy side of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down a camera over here just to show you why this may be useful. You can do this without a camera, but it can help if you have one. But if you run back over here, you'll obviously notice there's a ton of bushes that you can hide in, and you can probably get away with hiding in any of these. There's a lot of good spots that you can lay in. My favorite is to go a little bit further toward the back. Again, can be a little bit more dangerous. And right here to the left of this giant rock, you're going to be able to lay in these bushes in between these two wooden posts. So you can kind of lay right here, and once you do, you can turn to your right, back your body into the wall, and you have a perfect view of the bomb right here. A very nice spot to use. You can also come up here. Like I said, there's several different spots you can lay. It's just a little bit more difficult to see the bomb from here. But regardless of where you end up, if you stay back here in between these posts and glitch your body into the wall, you can also just use the camera to look around and check the bomb if you can't see it, or maybe you think somebody went around the back. But these are my three favorite spots for the A-bomb. Now heading over to the B-bomb, things get a little bit more tricky as we don't really have any bushes over here that we can lay in. And we're going to start by showing you the spot that you wouldn't think would work, but actually works more than you would expect. And that's going to be right over here behind the wooden pallets that's right next to the bomb. So if you come over here, you want to lay down facing the building just like this. And then you want to scoot up as far as you can to these wooden pallets without it kicking you out. And once you're here, you can hold a throwing knife to help you just look like a body. It's a little difficult. Obviously, to see the bomb, you'll have to turn a little bit if you want. Shouldn't really affect it too much, but you'll be able to see anybody crossing here. The reason you don't want to lay facing the bomb is because it's going to kick you out and you're going to be up in the open here. It's going to be a lot easier to get spotted. Now, the reason I think this works so well is because when you're heading down toward the B-bomb like you're going to plant, most of the time players are watching this building and this building. And sometimes they might even check back here just to see if anybody's hiding. But what they're going to do is run over here, and as they're moving toward the bomb, they're going to be watching this direction. And even if they're looking directly at the bomb, the chances of them accidentally just seeing you right here are very low. And no one ever checks this corner before they plant the bomb. This is a spot that people generally hide in after they plant it. So when they get over here, they're most likely going to plant the bomb right here to try not to get shot from up top or this building, which makes it super easy for you to just crawl right over here beside them and start diffusing it immediately. So a really, really good spot that you wouldn't think would work. It'll help you get some good ninja diffuses. So my second spot for the B-bomb is probably the safest, as the chances of you getting spotted are pretty unlikely early in the game. The problem is you need the camera for this one to work. So I've gone ahead and put the tactical camera back here. You just want to try to keep it out of the way from the bomb so it doesn't get destroyed from a grenade, or the enemies just see it super easily. But once you have a camera down, you can come right back over here in this alley, and instead of going to the back where everybody hides, you can get right up here on top of these pieces of wood and just lay right here against the wall. Now, you're obviously not able to see anything. You'll be able to hear any footsteps if anyone's not running ninja, but this is why having the camera is super useful, as once you use this thing, and you can see I've already got another one, we'll just throw it over there. When you look around, you can pretty much see everything. So if you place this strategically, not behind this car, you can see up the street, you can see up in the building, and you'll be able to see the bomb. These cameras are super, super useful. But the reason I like this spot a lot is because for the most part, no one's going to come back here before the bomb is down. If you're on the attacking side, you're going to be coming from this building or down this street, maybe even from up top. The chances of you wanting to check this alleyway are super low. Most people, again, are going to be watching these two buildings. And even if they come back here, it's kind of nice being right here because this isn't a spot that people check. They're generally just checking this back corner. Now, you may get unlucky and someone come back here early in the game and just spot you laying there. But the chances are so low and this spot is so goated that you should be able to get ninja diffuses pretty easily back there. But this is going to be our second spot for the B-bomb. Now, our third and final spot for the B-bomb is a really good one. However, it's really challenging to get to early in the game as it's pretty close to the enemy spawn. But if you can find a way to make it work, it is a good spot. You'll also find the camera extremely useful for this one. So if you have one, you can go ahead and toss it down somewhere. I've put one down just to show you guys what it'll look like. But what you want to do is run all the way up the street, and you want to lay down behind this structure right here. And there's a really good reason for it. So if you lay right here, this is all you have to do. It's pretty simple. Now, you can't really see the bomb unless you turn over. You can see most of the street, so you can catch anybody running down from behind. The only downside is you've got a little bit of a hike to get to the bomb. So you kind of want to just check to make sure somebody's planning. The reason this spot actually works so well is, one, if they're coming from this way, which is where they spawn, no one's checking below this ever. Like, they might come up here, no one's going to look straight down. Even if you're running down the street, you're not going to see somebody laying right here, especially early in the game. Even if they come up here, you know, they're going to be watching out the windows for this direction. You're clear here. And even if somebody flanks from the opposite side of the map, you've got the car right there that's blocking. And we'll even go one step further and show you that if somebody's up top and they come from this building over here, if they come over here, even if they try to like look down, you've got all this stuff that's kind of blocking that view. So the chances of getting spotted are really low right there. The only downside is you're a little bit of a hike from the bomb. So you need to pay attention. If somebody runs by you, you need to be aware and try to keep an eye on them so that you have time to get over to the bomb to get the diffuse. Again, you can find that camera useful. If you just lay here, you can just stare at the camera the whole time. And I've already got another one, so let's just put another one down. You can just stay here and stare at this camera the whole time and just do a 360 and pretty much just wait until somebody gets close to the bomb. So another really awesome spot. Again, I just don't want to lie, it is very challenging to get up here and get into, with a lot of players just hiding up here waiting to catch somebody on the cross. So if you can run up the side of the buildings here, there's a chance you can make it because it's hard to see if you're up here. So if you get close enough, as long as you've got ninja, you'll be able to get up there in a pretty decent spot for the B-bomb. But these are my favorite ninja diffuse spots here on Favela. If you guys have any of your own that you like using, that you find a lot of success with, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, because I really like when you guys can find better spots than me. But hopefully this video helps some of you guys out that are trying to get some good ninja diffuse spots. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.